Tell me what's the difference when tryna get it on your own. Born rash, yeah, gotta go and get rash long. Can't forget about the times I was hung out alone. Now I'm getting to the money and I'm rocking all these shows. Never mind the things, I'm pulling on, rocking on designer jeans. Fucking on the bitch, and you know she slipping all on the dick. Counting on the rash, yeah, I'm on my shit. Closer to the stars, how I life. What you gon' do, tryna give her 2 lives? On my knees, yeah, I'm tryna get it right. Fighting all the demons all around me. So what you gon' do is you gon' fight. Gotta be well protected. Separate all the wrongs in my life. Gotta be well respected. Keep a pistol on my side. Drive off in that Lexus. Swerve off and go get high. Tell me what's the difference when tryna get it on your own. Born rash, yeah, gotta go and get rash long.
Disclaimer. The opinions expressed during this podcast are conversational in nature and expressed only in comedic and entertainment purposes. Not all of the facts will be correct, but we attempt to be as accurate as possible. At least I think we do. My bad, y'all. Theater holds no liability over these conversations on this podcast, and using this podcast, you understand that it is solely for entertainment purposes only. Enjoy the damn show. Laugh, love, live, and smile more, because we about to.
There is no way that I can know what you didn't do because I am the person that does not do.
So record on the audio. So we got 2 different. Thank God we got 2 different audios in here because I do have another audio thing that's actually recording us down there below.
Fire in the hole. All right.
So yeah, that's how that goes. Okay, we're gonna get started here shortly, guys. Let me see if this is the one. Because, see if this is. Oh, yeah. What the fuck? I think that is that. But why?
Well, while we sit here waiting patiently for my co-host,
so that you can help me to continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you to subscribe. Lesson number 2: reflect before reacting. Understand what's in your control. Have you ever found yourself caught in a storm? Not the kind. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In a world where emotions can feel like turbulent waves, how do we find our anchor? Join us as we explore 7 Stoic lessons that hold the key to mastering your emotions and navigating life's storms with unwavering resolve. Before we begin, I would appreciate if you liked the video so that you can help me to continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any video. Lesson number 1. Understand what's in your control. Have you ever found yourself caught in a storm? Not the kind with rain and thunder, but the storms of life. Unexpected events, disappointments, or sudden changes. The Stoics, philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome, have a lesson that feels like an anchor in these storms. The dichotomy of control. Picture this. You're planning an outdoor event, and despite all your preparations, it rains. Now you can't control the weather, no matter how much you'd like to. But your reaction to the rain, that's entirely up to you. You could lament, get frustrated, or you could adapt. Maybe move the event indoors or see the rain as a refreshing change. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and rose to become one of the most influential thinkers of his time, put it succinctly. Some things are in our control and others not. It sounds simple, right? But
I'm going to leave it right there. Some things are in our control. Some things are in our control and they're not.
Yes,
and others are not, should I say. That's what he said.
Amen, amen.
That was from Stoic Bond. If y'all want to go on their on their page on YouTube, it's called Stoic Bond. He always got a lot of inspirational mental thinking things to help you expand your brain capacity. You ready to just jump in?
Oh, you already know I'm already to jump in.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get wet and jump into.
We are back with another episode of You Don't Pay Me Enough to Care, and I am your host, Sebastian Sincere. Y'all already know the vibes. And I know it's been a while since we had an episode, but I had to like change things around and get shit flowing a little bit. There's some chairs empty, as y'all know. Y'all probably gonna be like, "Where's such and such? Where's such?" They'll be here at some point, you know. But today, we had to. This is gonna be, what episode is this? This is episode 52.
52
of the You Don't Pay Me Enough pod, and and then I have my other co-host, Mr. N. Harris, him in hand. He's not a Harris.
I'm not a Harris.
He's a hand.
I'm a hand.
He's a hand. We have Ian on here, guys. So, yes, let's jump right into it. Today on episode 52, we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence and what does emotional intelligence mean, and all the upsides to it. And I kind of put them in like 5 categories of emotional intelligence, and the categories go from self-awareness, empathy, motivation, self-regulation, social skills. And those are the 5 categories that we're going to go into. And I'm going to go into more depth on what emotional intelligence is and what that means. And we're just going to have a good conversation on being 2 black, gay men. And we're going to go into like what that means in our capacity, in our realm of life. And we'll try to fit in some of the other realms too as well. We're not going to leave y'all out. So, wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely agree with that. Yeah.
So you agree with what that means? I need my ashtray. Can I get my ashtray?
We're not supposed to be smoking back in the champagne room.
No, we can't smoke in the champagne room.
Guys, now he's breaking his own rules, guys.
I my mouth just one time. Bitch, you was already smoking the hair earlier, so I don't even know why you even acting like that.
I got your motherfucking bitch. But any old way. But any old way.
I just be needing to hit my
Yeah, I bet you do. Like I need to be hitting my I don't.
See, I just be needing to hit my cigar every now and again. I got my little beer and shit. So.
Yeah. And what type of right? Let's say yeah.
Okay, so look, guys, we're gonna go into. The first thing we're going to go into, like I said, this is episode 52 of the You Don't Pay Me Enough pod. And the first thing we're going to go into is self-awareness. Self-awareness, I'm going to read off the definition for what I have of self-awareness. I actually have 2 definitions of self-awareness.
And where are your references at for those definitions?
This is from ThinkPsych. If you go to you actually can go to ThinkPsych. They are actually on Instagram and on the web. It's thinkpsych.com. But they have like 5 components or whatever. So, self-awareness is the knowledge of one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Self-awareness is the knowledge of one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivation. So that is self-awareness. And where do you, because to me personally, and I'm gonna say this, me personally, when I think about this, how do I want to put this? I always try to think before I act. Um, Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. The knowledge of one's own thoughts and feelings,
right?
So I always try to think before
being aware of yourself.
So I'm
and
very
what's
aware
going
of
on.
my actions.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of the way I think, how I act, and I'm very aware of how I treat people and do things. I only act when you're doing something that I feel is either disrespectful, but then again, it's like even within that, like I try not to.
But you're always gonna react. But
I'm gonna react in a very mature way and step out your way. Let me put it like that. When
but
I
it's
act,
how you're gonna react.
oh, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Let me cut some things out because I don't want shit to be popping up, bleeping and shit while we doing this. Like I feel like y'all gonna be like, what the hell? Let me cut that down. Let me put that down now. Cut that, mute that. Let me do this, y'all. 'Cause I don't want y'all to be interrupted when I'm talking. It's just ringtone. Okay. So I think before I act. I always do. I always have. Um, a lot of people don't. They just act off emotions. And that's why I want to talk about this because emotional intelligence is really being aware of your actions and your actions and how to react to things when things go awry, whether it's something volatile or where it's something where it's sad, and whether it's just going to the grocery store and you're trying to pick out items, how to figure out which items you need to get instead of getting all aggressive. Some people go to the grocery store and they're really upset because they're in there, first of all. And then there's some people that actually go in there and, they like just going out and grocery shopping and not thinking about things. They like picking out items and, they don't think too much into it. They just, like, it's kind of a comfort zone for them. So, yeah, Ian, go ahead. So, to you, are you aware of all your emotions? Are you aware of all the...
Well, to put a different spin on that...
Your microphone, can you pull it up a little bit more towards you? Thank you. We have to go through this Let me make sure this camera is on me. So, we have to go through this every time when we're filming with him because he doesn't know how to keep the mic on him.
Because maybe I don't like large things in my face unless I'm eating them.
You don't like what?
I do not like large objects in my face if I'm not eating them. So I don't feel like there is a purpose or a need. But at any rate, from my perspective of what the topic is of self-awareness and being aware of self, as far as my emotions, my actions, and how the world perceives me. No, I am not always. I don't feel like I'm always fully aware because in my mind, you think you're projecting an image of yourself in your mind that maybe it's not the same image that you are projecting in in public and how you want people to perceive who you are. So, me as being a gay man, of course, because I am comfortable with the subject, I always feel like, okay, so I always perceive that everyone just automatically just knows, That's how I kind of feel like when I'm out in public. I feel like that is how I'm perceived. Like I'm perceived as a gay man when I'm out in public. But I know that is very different depending on what occasion I am, or what type of outfit or dress that I have on, or whatever. So people are going to perceive me different. So I do I am not always aware of that. that sometimes people perceive me as a straight man sometimes, or perceive me as someone's father because I am old enough to be someone's father. So, but in my own heart of hearts, I do not perceive myself as that, and I don't think that other people do as well. But
Right.
so no, I don't feel like I'm always aware in that sense of how other people perceive me,
Right.
which is I think is very important in society for real because the image that you project out there, like that's the you know what I'm saying, like
Right.
that's what you're being judged on because that's what people see and then that's the energy that people feel or what they get from you. So I don't know, like yeah, like so yeah. That's very interesting that you would bring that topic up because, and I just kind of like rang clear for me being a gay person is like a part as being of the
Oh.
LGBTQIO.
A B C D E F G elemental P. Yeah, we know. I'm gonna say this because I had, like I said, I had two definitions for this. The other one I had was, I call it self regulation. Well, let me see, where is it at? Like being aware of your emotions as they arise. Like, it's pretty much the same thing, but I just like that arise part. Um, for me, see, I really see. My thing is, I've learned how to, and this may help a lot of you people out there with this, but I've learned how to have self control and not to stress and worry about things a lot anymore. So when things happen, I just look at them like, oh, they happen. Let's just get through this and pass this test. Um, because whatever it's gonna be is gonna be, right? You know. So I've learned, even with just learning how to not stress about shit and just let things happen and let the universe work itself out or whatever. Um, I try to take accountability for all my actions. Even when I don't think I'm taking accountability, I still try to work it through my head like, okay, this may be something that I need to work on. Especially if somebody is telling me I need to work on it.
Right, and then that's the whole thing though. But how did you convey that?
How do I convey that?
Like, how would you convey that you are a person that is like that has things to work on, and you're trying to work on them
Okay.
as a person. So if I'm just meeting you, like, how would you convey something like that? If I'm just saying like. Perception is just such a big
I
thing.
think what it is like whatever it is that you're going through, sometimes you gotta take a back seat and just sit with yourself and kind of be like, okay, I'm angry at this moment. And then you got to talk to yourself like, why am I really angry? Like, is this really worth going through all? Because when you're angry, that's just a lot of energy that you have to push out to even have that emotion. It's anger. It's all of it is energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times when I do stuff, like, I just be like, is this even worth my energy? I literally talk to myself a lot of the times. And a lot of it makes sense. It'd be like, no, this shit ain't even worth it. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be mad for a few minutes, and I'm the person that I kind of get over shit quick. Like, even when I'm mad, like, I'll get over within like 5, 6 seconds, 10 minutes, whatever. It's always not. I don't hold on to shit for days on end. Some people, they be mad, they'll hold on to it for 24, 48 hours. Me, I'm not. It's like within minutes. I'm over it. But I think it's just, you just have to really like get to know yourself better to where you can actually understand what your emotions is going through with whatever you're going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they don't know how to do that because they just let their emotions take over. And then it brings this other person out. And then later on, you find yourself regretting, apologizing, and all these things. And it's like, Man, fuck that. I'm not about to apologize for something that I could have checked myself on in the beginning. And I think a lot of people don't do that. So yeah, self-awareness is basically chin checking yourself. That's the best way I can put it. Chin check your motherfucking self. A lot of people, they lose friendships over not knowing self. Not being self-aware of it, you know. When their emotions come, they lose friendships, they lose relationships, all these things. Like,
Yeah.
I literally know what the fuck I'm doing.
Because you can't always say you blaming something on the alcohol,
Yeah.
and all of that,
Yeah.
and I don't remember what happened the next day, and all of that. And it was like, bruh, nah, you said some real fucked up shit the last night, or whatever and stuff. Like whether we was doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And I think that's another thing. People need to learn how to watch what they say to people. Watch what you say around people too, because I think
that's a part of being
you
aware.
have
That's
to be
part
aware
of
with what
being
you're saying.
aware.
Some people just so asshole and just so vengeful. Like, I've never found myself getting revenge with nobody because I don't see no point of that. I really don't see no point of you do me wrong, so I gotta do you wrong back type shit. Like, no, my thing is you do me wrong, I'm gonna get the fuck out your way. And I'm gonna let you enjoy your life and everything else. Like, I'm not even about to be around to deal with the shit. Like, so that's just me working through my self-awareness. Like, I will let you fuck me over, even though I may know that you fucking me over. Like in relationships, like, you would know a guy is like cheating, or because we guys, we know when shit is not, we know when we doing something. Like, and guys, and a lot of times in this life, in gay life or whatever, like, your mate is the same as you, so you kind of already got an idea of like how they're gonna move in certain instances. Like, as far as flirting, I don't believe you should flirt when you're in a relationship. I'm like, some people are very flirtatious and shit, and that shit can lead to other things too. And I think it's just disrespect all the way around. But you just have to literally get to know yourself. That's the best way I can put it. Like, get to know yourself to where you don't have. I don't like to have regret. I don't like to apologize either.
Okay,
Unless I'm
hey,
wrong.
I'm about to say, like, come on now, you got to know when you're wrong too. That's a part of being aware
Like, unless
of
I'm wrong, then
self.
yeah, I'll apologize. But I'm saying, like, on the sense of like, I literally walk myself through the steps of whatever I'm about to do to you. So I know I'm doing it from a perspective of for my own well-being, if not getting hurt again. Or just knowing like, hey, I'm not about to sit there and be like playing around with you and all this old shit. Like, no, that's just not about to happen. Like, no. So, and I think that's one thing you have to, like, you really got to get to know yourself. Like, you just have to, like, really take time out for you. Sasha, we are filming. Can you please not?
She had to come and get some love from her cousin.
Sasha's always in the videos, guys. She's always in the fucking videos.
She gonna say
self-awareness,
still.
guys. It's just getting to know yourself and learning to deal with things head on when they come your way. And like I say, take a seat back and get to know self and get to actually pay attention. Like, that's the thing. And that can be kind of hard too when you're dealing with people, because people will push you to say and do certain shit. Like, so sometimes you really gotta like really know who your opponent is too. Like, and if you don't know who your opponent is, then 9 times out of 10 it ain't even worth arguing with them, because you like, bitch, you don't know me and I don't know you, and I'm not even about to get into this with you, because then it'll be
Because you didn't even put the manipulation part in there too, and the spouses do that all the time to each other.
So yeah, that was the first one, guys. Like, and like I said, each topic I have 2 definitions for it, because I really want people to kind of get it. The next one is empathy. And if anybody doesn't know what empathy is the capacity to empathize and appreciate enough. Hold on. And did I say that right? Empathy is
that the Webster definition?
Empathy is the capacity to empathize and appreciate another's perspective. So that's one. The other one is understand others' feelings, needs, wants, and concerns. So, like I said, I have two definitions for each of these topics. So that's why I want to kind of have kind of got like a little more of a little more brainiac one, and then kind of like a down to earth one for people that's kind of like, oh, okay, what that means. So yeah, so empathy, I have the one that says understands others' feelings, needs, wants, and concerns. The other one I have is the capacity to empathize and appreciate another's perspective, which is the same thing as both, but one says a little bit more detail than the other. So, and are you an empath?
I really do feel like that I am.
Are you an empath?
I do feel like I am an empath. I do. I feel like I am.
So you care about others' feelings.
I really care. I feel like I deeply care about everything and everybody,
Okay.
and that is a blessing and a curse that it has been, because when you are, showing as you put, showing empathy and being an empath. So I'm just like, that is like it's a blessing to her, because for one thing, it's emotionally and physically draining and mentally draining, for you always be taking on someone else's problems and feelings, onto yourself. And me being a caregiver, and I've been a caregiver for over 20 some odd years or whatever. So
Right.
I've always had to kind of be empathetic to my residents and people that I care for, people that I work with, and that has always been a big thing, because whenever I meet someone, it's usually I meet them and when they're at their lowest, when they're at the worst part, when they're at the hospital and they're trying to get well, or they're at the nursing home and they're trying to deal with, oh, I just had a stroke,
Right.
and I'm not going to be the same person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I used to be. So now I have to learn how to be this new person. That's why I say, like, just being a caregiver alone, that's why I say the word empathy is like, that is like so important to our jobs, to any caregiver, because you need to be empathetic to your residents and the people that you care of, because you're not going to be giving them good care at all. Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so when you said, and this is something that you said that I wanted to kind of piggyback off of, you said that it's trying you meet people at their lowest,
Yeah.
and I feel like that in relationships and friendships, I feel like every time I meet somebody, they're always I never meet somebody that's like up here, like that's got their shit together, that's like on cloud nine, and they're doing a big one. And I always meet people that's like down, that's like going through shit and this that, and I have a tendency to always kind of take on that energy and feeling bad and sad, and you know um it can be a curse at times, because sometimes you got to watch who you're who you dealing with, like, because you can feel bad for somebody, and this is I'm gonna say this, you can feel bad for somebody and you'll help them, you'll be there for them, you'll care for them, you'll nurture them, you will be their backbone, you'll be their support, you'll be their inspiration, you'll do all these things, like, and they'll flip on you, and all that work that you put into them, they don't reciprocate it back, or they don't show you the love back. Like, you will literally put yourself out there on the line for a person, and they don't even give two fucks about all the shit you did for them.
See, but that's the thing about being an empath. You still will do stuff for someone even though you are not receiving that reciprocation that you're supposed to receive. It's like it's a selfless thing
Okay,
of
look,
being empathetic.
hold on just a second. Yeah. So hold on, guys, because look, with this camera over here, this is why I gotta upgrade this fucking camera, because it always pops the fuck off. Like, just push that button right there. Click. There you go. Let me see. There you go. He's sitting back down, guys. So yeah, guys. So I'm gonna let you do that and let you. Yeah, these fucking headphones.
Look, I'm gonna
is
get
like
it together, y'all.
they
I'm
like
gonna
a
get it
jigsaw
together. That's
puzzle.
funny.
They really is like a jigsaw. So what was you saying?
Um, wow. Okay.
I forgot what you said.
I know. Well, okay. We were talking about you saying in relationships and
I say in relationships, sometimes you take on people's. I always meet people at their lowest and not at their highest.
okay.
And we were talking about like you were saying like, um, that's the part that you have to know like as far as like, um, I was guessing like when to shut it. I can't even remember what we was talking about just that quick.
I know, cause we was in the groove when
Yeah,
we
we
was
was in the
going.
groove,
Yeah, we was in the
guys.
groove. Okay, we was in the groove. That's
Okay, so we were talking about lows and highs and meeting people at their lowest and they're never at their highest. And like I said, I always you take on people, you'll give them the world and then they misuse you, mistreat you. They don't show you the affection and the love back. And you were saying, and even in that, you still will put out that energy of
Yeah, right,
caring.
exactly.
There
That's
you go.
yeah, okay. That exactly what I
That's
was
what he was
talking about.
saying.
Exactly what I
I
was
remember
talking
what he was
about because I was talking because you asked me was I empath and
saying.
being empathetic. I was like that. Yeah, of course. See, even with that, you're not even looking for a reciprocation. You're just doing because that is in your nature to do. It's to help. It's just to help something grow, even though you're not getting anything back in return. The things that you're getting back in return is not maybe of a monetary value. It's more of an emotional. It's more of an emotional gratification of some sort or whatever that you're getting back to know that you did someone good or you made someone's day better.
Right.
That type of thing. Like yeah.
Well, let me. Okay, so look, this is just me because I've become literally kind of a look. I can't say I'm cold hearted, but I just don't like to take. I don't take shit from nobody no more. Like you have got to literally watch what you say and do around me because I will cut you off so fast. Like it be like a blink of an eye. Like that's how fast I will cut you off because I just don't have time to be like dealing with just people shit. I just really, 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 really don't like. And if you can't seem to have an adult conversation on why you're doing X, Y, and Z, and why you're mistreating me, and I'm feeling this way, and this, that, and the third, that I don't have time to be sitting there trying to baby your ass, like or trying to
That
nurture
sounds
you.
like emotional
To,
burnout, which
yeah,
we
I'm
didn't
burnt
talk,
at this point. I'm
which we
burnt
did not
out.
talk about emotional burnout. Yeah,
Move
because
your
that's
mic
a
close
real,
to you.
because that's definitely a real thing. Emotional burnout.
Yeah. I just don't. I just really, really don't have time to deal with that shit with people. I don't. I don't have the patience for it anymore. Because I think a lot of things are selfish with people, and I feel like if you're gonna be selfish, just stay out of my way. Like, just stay the fuck out of my way. Like, that's just how I feel. I don't. Until you're ready to have an adult
Conversation,
conversation,
right?
and
Exactly.
we
That's
talk
how I
about
am.
what happened and this, that, and the third, then there's no point, like, at all.
Cause like I don't
Because you're
have like
wasting my
no
fucking
yeah
time.
right
You're
exactly
really
because
wasting my damn time.
I don't really have like a filter for the bullshit. That's what I'm saying. You like I don't have
I
the
don't.
filter for the
Yeah, I
bullshit.
don't have.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
having a filter for the bullshit, you will fuck around, get your feelings hurt, fucking with me. So I try not to even dibble and dabble in that. I'm just like, no, fuck that. Just leave me alone. Call me when you got a better attitude. Call me when you are a better person for yourself and not for me. because I'd rather you be better for yourself than for me. And that's what another thing with people is they're selfish. They be wanting people to be a certain way. They said, no, I want you to be the best person for you.
Right,
Then
right.
come to me and you can be, if you're a better person, you can actually understand what you're going through. And then we make and have an adult conversation to where it's like, okay, we can sit down. Like, because right now, I feel like you care about yourself a little bit more. So you're going to care about what I have to say or project out because you just have more self-respect for you, like, you know. Um so yeah, so let's keep this moving on, guys. The next one is motivation on emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is motivation. um let's see, where are we gonna go with this one?
Yes, where are we gonna go with this one? Yes,
Motivation.
I would like to know.
Motivation in emotions is, here's my two definitions. Decision making, the ability to make responsible choices and accept their outcome. To make responsible choices and accept
The
their
outcome.
And the other one is daily gratification, stay motivated and persistent in face of setbacks.
I like the persistent. I like that word for being persistent.
So, yeah,
persistent. I like that
So
word.
yeah, so motivation, yeah, you gotta motivate yourself. Nobody's gonna do it. I'm sorry to tell you that. Nobody is gonna motivate you like you motivate you. Don't sit around wait for your spouse to motivate you or your significant other, whatever the fuck you want to
Yeah,
call
well,
it, boyfriend,
people will
girlfriend.
motivate you, but you can't wait around for them to
people
do
will
that.
motivate you when they feel like they want to motivate you. Like, but I personally will say motivate yourself first. That way, when somebody else motivates you, you already got it in the bag. Like, you don't have to wait on nobody else to say, good job, or you're gonna get there, you're gonna be all right, and it's that knowing your heart of hearts that you are going to be just fine. Yeah, that's how I want to say that. So so with that self-regulation, do you feel in yourself like that you when it comes to your decision making sometimes,
Okay.
do you feel like you make the right decisions all the time? Well, I know you probably don't, but
Well,
just put
yeah.
out there.
Nobody makes
But
right decisions, right decisions all the time. What do you
most
think?
of the- most of the decisions-
Am I God or something? Goodness,
Most
people,
of the
God.
decisions that you make, do you feel like or do you feel comfortable within them decisions? Do you? Oh, see, people be calling my phone. It's just be a mess. I forget that I can put people on here when they call this phone.
Okay, we can call in.
I can actually have a call in on here. You want me to put a call in real quick? Let's put a call in on here on this one real quick.
We're gonna put
We're
a
gonna
call
put a
in.
call in on this one, guys. Let's put a call in on here. Hello?
I was not briefed about calling. Just let everybody know.
Hello?
What, somebody else on the line?
Hold on. Lawrence?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you are on the episode 52 of You Don't Pay Me Enough to Care pop episode. It's called We Are Talking About Emotional Intelligence. And you are our first caller of the day. I just decided to call you because right now the topic is we're talking about motivation. And I am going to read this to you.
Okay.
And I'm going to read the definition first so you can get a feel for where we're at in it. Right now, motivation is decision making, the ability to make responsible choices and accept their outcomes. The other one is daily gratification, stay motivated and persistent in face of setbacks. So, in your daily life, when you go through and you make the decisions that you're making, give me a percentage ballpark of, do you feel you make the best decisions every time you make a decision? What's the percentage that you think you make the best percentages versus the worst decisions?
Oof, and that's very vague. um, so to me, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. We can
Yeah,
hear
Okay,
you.
we can
so
hear you.
well, I feel like that's really hard for me to speak on. Like I could speak on it, but I just feel like the percentage cap is kind of. I'm not good at gauging percentages, but I know that
Okay,
when
so
as an adult, when I get ready to make a decision, I know that I got to be careful and I got to kind of think about it. I can't just think off of impulse unless it's a life or death situation. But if I have time to think about it and everything, I'm gonna say 70% of the time I'm gonna handle it the best way that I know how.
okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
That's really fair
yeah.
enough. So and the reason why I say this, like I said, this is about all about emotional intelligence and knowing self and knowing the things that you react to and not react to. And this is like across the board. We kind of got on empathy earlier and self awareness. And right now we're talking about motivation within that emotional intelligence. Um, I feel like you have to motivate yourself at all costs.
Yeah, of course.
Versus regardless of what's the word? Regardless of if you have somebody or not. You go through life and you hear this all the time. You'll hear be like, I don't have nobody, don't nobody care, ain't nobody there for me, and we all got family fucking issues. Like, that is what it
Oh,
is. Like,
yeah.
so,
Right.
but I feel like within all of that stuff and friendships and your love life and all of that, I feel like within all of that, you have to be able to motivate yourself to to some people get so caught up into the idea of a person is supposed to care and help me grow and all these things, and I'm like, if you can't do it yourself first, there's kind of
Right.
pointless of waiting on somebody else to help you grow, because they only gonna teach you what they know, and sometimes they might not even have. Most of the time, they don't even know all the answers to that. Like, so I feel like you have to at least be some self aware of knowing self in order to grow in that manner of motivating yourself and knowing that the things that you do, you're not doing it out of spite. Like I was talking about earlier, I was talking about spiteful shit and all this stuff. So,
Yeah. But for me to speak on that, I will say this. I will say that I think that a lot of people go on in life, and we're young, we're very vulnerable when we get ready to enter the world at 21, 22, 23. Most of us left our mother's nest at like, I'll say in between 23 and 26, most people naturally leave the nest or get pushed out of the bird's nest.
Yeah, I
Um,
was 19. I was 19 in my own apartment.
See, right. See what I'm saying? So I didn't leave until I was 26. So I had a little bit more time to develop who I was as a person before I hit the streets.
yeah.
And just with like not having that responsibility as an adult where everything was taken care of. My mom, she knew I worked. I had an okay job, and she would take a percentage out of my paychecks, and we kept it 100 like that. But I think that moving on and moving forward in life, because that's what life is really about, and you really can't be like, oh, I need my friend for this, I need my significant other for this, I need no, you got to put this shit in yourself. So that means if you feeling ugly, get up and
Amen.
look cute on your own. If you broke, get up on your own and go make some fucking money, excuse my language. But get up on your own and make yourself what you want the next person to be that's going to be around you. And that goes for friends, relationships, whatever. Be that
That's right.
person. Mirror, mirror.
That's definitely
What you want out of
motivation.
life.
Yeah.
That's definitely
I agree.
motivation.
I agree.
Yeah, that's definitely
I'll say that.
motivation.
I agree. Well, Lawrence, if there's anything else you want to say to motivating self and all of that stuff, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back. We're gonna go back one because I want to see how you feel about this, and I want to go back on the empathy because we were talking about empathy earlier. Empathy, it was the capacity to empathize and appreciate another's perspective. And the other one I had for that was understand others' feelings, needs, wants, and concerns. Do you feel like you're an empath? Do you feel like you worry about other people's well
I
being
do.
versus yourself more than the person? Do you feel like you embark and worry about other people's thoughts and feelings versus your own more so than you.
Too much, and that's why I get caught up in a lot of sticky situations because I'm so concerned about other people versus looking at like what's in my backyard. I think we all need to learn to handle and deal with what's in our backyard, and it's okay to have empathy. And I do feel like I'm an empath, but at the same time, I need to know who I am as a person so I don't get caught up in certain situations and stuff like that. But you should always validate everyone's emotions and what they're going through, but you need to be careful with that too because there are a lot of narcissists around and you can get caught up.
Yeah, that is true.
And
No,
that's what
we didn't talk about the narcissism, but that is
he
true.
was saying like it could be a gift and a curse, and that's the curse.
Yeah, that's the
knowing
curse.
who your opponent is when you're dealing with people.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
I feel like
honestly, all I can say is this: is I think that when we wake up every day, of course, need to thank our higher being and thank the universe, and a lot of stuff occurs in life, and that's why there's a village and there's a tribe, and in the village, that's people that's around you on a day to day, but your tribe is the people that you mess with, and those are the people that should be able to check your ass when you go wrong, or you go with them with some problems that you have, and they make sure that they're going to put you on a straight, more narrow path. And so just make sure that you have the right people that are in your tribe that's going to make sure you're good.
Correct. I agree. I don't have nothing to say to that. You're
But
right.
I know y'all on the podcast and stuff.
Yeah, so right now we are filming and you are actually on the show right now.
Yeah.
So when this show airs, you will see and hear yourself. So, yay.
Thanks for having
Once again, guys, this is my buddy Lawrence. He goes by Rance. He's in California right now, and one day we will get him on the show as well. But thank you, buddy.
well, thank you, Lawrence, for your
actually
perspective.
answering
We
the phone, 'cause I was
appreciate
like, listen to somebody on the phone
that.
and
Yeah.
you called.
Hey, but wait, you didn't introduce me to everybody that's on the panel right
Oh,
now.
only people that's on the panel right now is me and my cousin Ian. So,
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, and I think we were supposed to be taking a trip soon, so we'll
sure,
definitely
yeah.
meet each other.
For sure, nice hearing from you, and then hopefully, if not, I'll end up where you guys are at, or we'll end up in another city of parlaying. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Sounds
So,
great to
I will
me.
call you once we finish filming, and yeah.
all right, well then y'all enjoy.
All right, Lawrence.
Thank
All right,
you.
peace.
Thank you. Oh, that was that was a breath of fresh air. Lawrence was, yeah.
So, and he's a tourist also.
Oh yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I was definitely feeling some of the things that he was saying. Yeah, I was definitely feeling some of the things that he was saying.
Y'all birthdays is not too far from each other. Okay, so look, we're moving on. Let's get to self-regulation. Self-regulation is manage your impulses, soothe yourself, and respond appropriately. The other one is the ability to regulate emotions and actions in a variety of environments. And do I need to repeat this? We are on self-regulation, which is the ability to regulate emotions and actions in a variety of environments. Manage your impulses, soothe yourself, and respond appropriately.
So you mean keep from whipping the motherfucking ass?
Basically, keep from whooping somebody's ass. That's what I just said. That's what self-regulation is.
That's all I heard.
Basically, that's what it is. I feel like a lot of the times that we get in situations and we don't know how to handle ourselves accordingly.
That is so true, though. Really, that is.
At the snap of a finger, we just go into like, you said this and you did this.
Because there's no guidebook. Because there's no guidebook for that. There's no guidebook for that.
And you know what? There's really not a guidebook for it. But I feel like that goes back to being self-aware, knowing who you are, knowing what you're dealing with when you deal with people. You can be in a party and somebody may bump you. They not actually, and happens a lot. People will bump you, And you'll be like, excuse you, not knowing that you're in an environment where there's a lot of people. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get touched. Somebody's going to walk past and bump you, and it's not going to be on purpose. Now, if they just shoving your shit, then that's different. But some people just be like, damn, like, because some people are just so hot-natured and hot-tempered or whatever you want to call it, that they just go into complete rage instead of bagging back, like, pump your motherfucking brakes, because it ain't never that serious, like, unless they did it on purpose. And you know when somebody's doing something on purpose. But, self-regulation is, another part of the emotional intelligence of it all, you guys. So in any environment that you're in, gauge the room. Fill it out. When I go into a room and it's like 5 or 6 people, and I may not know 2 people, I'm going to still say hi, how you doing? I'm still going to be like, nice to meet you. I'm going to still engage in a very respectful manner. But the fact that I don't know you and you don't know me, because I could be kind of silly and I'll go into a room and I'll act like as if I've been knowing you all my life. And a lot of people don't like that. They be like, who the fuck is you? Like, And it's like, we all human. We here to have a good time, whatever that may be. And, it's just, I just respect people. So, but a lot of the times you have to really gauge the room. Like, know who's who. And sometimes you can't tell who's who, because once people get, if you're in a party situation, you got to wait till sometimes people get drunk, because, a drunk fool will tell their true colors. So, then you'll know who you're dealing with. Sometimes when you're in a situation where there's no drinking and everybody's more of on a mental high note, then you have to kind of sit back and just listen to the conversations and see what's going on. So I just say, people, just when you're in public and in a setting, certain settings, whatever that may be, just watch your surroundings, and then, act accordingly. Don't ever show your ass, because then that's just so embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
But I feel like in certain instances, you do need to show your ass, though, because you need to let somebody know that the emotions that you're feeling and the things that are going on are real for you,
right,
and not just a game. Because then I feel like sometimes when people do stuff to other people, they kind of feel like, oh, well, it's okay, or he didn't say anything, so da 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 da. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nah, sometimes you need to get buck with somebody and tell them, like, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that they know, like, okay, this is not okay. I don't like the way this feels, and I feel like that's being aware of yourself, being empathetic, and also motivating yourself, because you need to be doing the right things for you.
In situations, I feel like, you have to.
And then, of course, keeping this sack regulatory, because you also want to, make sure that, that, that you don't portray yourself in a bad light, but I don't know, but you know what? That also goes into the next topic, where we have the social skills right there, and a lot of people, and a lot of us lack them.
A lot of people lack social skills.
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of us lack them.
I used to be very antisocial. I used to be kind of like the person that didn't want to talk to people and stuff like that, because I didn't know how to approach people at first. But now I do.
Right.
I guess it just comes with age, and it comes with maturity and all that stuff. I really just didn't know how to engage with people, because I really didn't like people. I'm gonna just flat out tell you, I was a person that I really did not.
Well, yeah, man. Were you a bit
about nobody?
Were you a bit of a sociopath?
Yeah, a sociopath. I just didn't like people, because I just felt like people are cruel, people are mean, people just don't care, and and I had to realize, like, well, I care, and I know I'm not the only one on earth, so I had to take a seat back, get to know myself, and be self-aware. Like, no, not everybody's an ass, not everybody's mean, but. Everybody has those sides, but it is what it is. So yeah, we are on social skills. So I want to read the definition for social skills to those that don't really know what social skills is. And let's get into it. It's being able to create and maintain a healthy relationship. The other one is, where is it at? This one has something totally different. Okay, so this one is it says relationship management. So it's the same thing. It says manage others' emotions, organize groups, and negotiate solutions. So social skills is being able to create. Social skills is being able to create and maintain healthy relationships. Managing or negotiation solutions in those
And where relationships,
environments.
so where relationships are very important because relationships are it's work. It's you know what I'm saying, you and your love, you and your family. It's also you. It's also the person that you share a bed with if you choose to share a bed with someone.
Mhm.
I mean, social skills, and it's all social skills. They goes into all of that.
So let me ask you. So with social skills, I feel like social skills help you grow as a person too. Because without social skills, you don't really know what to react to. You don't know how to engage. No, and you learn so much shit from other people. Like you learn so many things. You learn so many things about yourself from other people. Like for instance, us having this conversation, I'm learning things about you that you didn't know about, that I didn't know about you, and you didn't know about me.
Right,
And that's
right.
another thing that I love about these pods is because it's really like therapy. Like it really kind of you get to know yourself and get to know who your co-host is, whoever you have on, the show. So, with that being said, social skills is very important, guys. That's all I'm gonna say to that. It's very, very important.
Social skills
If you
are
shut yourself off and being an introvert, and you shut yourself off from that, then you won't have a lot of good social skills. Some people that are introverts, they really have social skills, but they like to
so a good way
stay
to
in the
have
room sometimes.
so a good way to have social skills is being able to exercise them. So it's being able to exercise them, meaning that we want people to start getting out more and interacting with people, talking to people on the telephone, start meeting new people when you're outside. Don't be afraid to say, "Hey, I like your outfit." Give somebody a compliment. Start a conversation with someone that you've never met before.
Hmm.
Sometimes catch the bus. Don't always drive in the car by yourself. Make sure when you drive in the car by yourself, maybe you should have a little roadie or someone to talk to while you're in the car. Sometimes people get so lost into social media and into music and to other things, and then they forget about the other people that are around them, that they need a social stimulation also as well. Connect to our elderly because
And
they need people that need to be stimulated socially also.
yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna put something else to this because a lot of parents, a lot of you parents out there, they don't interact with their kids at home. Like a lot of these kids don't have no type of social skills nowadays is because they're in their rooms playing game all day while their parents is on the phone with their friends, and they don't have no interaction within the home. So when they go out into the world, they don't have no interaction with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as parents, teach your kids first, have social skills with with your child. Get to know your kid, like see what's going on in their mind. Don't just
Well,
leave them in their
go
room, let them
tell.
just play games all damn day, and you don't even know that this kid got an AK-47 in the room and shit, cause you out doing whatever it is you do, and your child is just trying to figure shit out. Cause as a child, you really trying to figure out all these things in life, is trying to becoming a young adult. And I just wanted to say that because a lot of times these parents nowadays don't have a lot of interaction with their children, and the children be so lost, and that's why we got so much shit going on in the world, because a lot of people's social skills are not right. They don't know how to convey emotions and know how to deal with emotions when things arise. They just pop off, like, and think that that's the right way to be just because such and such said a word or two. Sometimes you got to know how to ignore certain things. Some people will push a button or two because they want to get a reaction out of you. So you got to learn
Yeah.
how to Be like, oh, you trying to try me? I ain't even about to let you take me there. So parents, get to know your kids more, so these kids can be better at socializing. Because they right now we kind of lost for that. So yeah, just wanted to say that. We're moving along pretty good on this episode. If
We
you
got.
don't pay me enough to motherfucking care. I think we need to clap it up because we doing pretty damn good. Let's
Well,
give ourselves a clap, clap, clap.
give a hand clap here.
I can't clap right now because I'm pushing a button. We on episode 52 of the You Don't Pay Me Enough pod. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, let's go. Where we at? Where's the
Emotional maturity and
Okay, I'm gonna let you go into that because it's kind of emotional maturity is kind of going to all the things that we talked about, but I want to kind of let
right.
him go into it a little deeper on how he feel about that word because he brought it up, and I put it up there. So yeah,
Okay, well,
that's the
thank you,
floor.
everybody. Right. So, with the emotional maturity, okay, so when he first came to me with this topic and he said emotional intelligence, the first thing that came to my mind was emotional maturity. And so, emotional maturity, I kind of more so feels like the different experiences and the different obstacles that you had to try to overcome or that you had been through, that builds your emotional maturity. And then I feel like that everything that we talked about today, which was self-awareness, empathy, motivation, self-regulation, social skills, I feel like all of those things go into being emotional mature. And then see, I don't put an age on that because, like I told my cousin before this started, that we have a lot of old fools around here. So that does not always necessarily mean just because you're older that you're emotionally mature. And I feel like definitely the most important thing about being emotionally mature is being self aware, being empathetic, and being self motivational, being having self regulations on your social skills also, and being able to manage them, which is also the next topic that I want to get into because I feel like being able to manage all of these skills and all these things that we have implemented and we talked about is the most important thing of all.
Okay, well, I agree. I don't
Yeah.
have too much to say to that. Emotional. I mean, emotional maturity. Yeah, it's pretty much going into all the things that we talked about. It's growth.
Yeah.
You have to grow. You have to accept change. Um, and you have to grow and you have to accept change. Like I said, you know, and just
But growing and changing is hard, isn't it?
growing and changing is really
That's
fucking
it's
hard.
hard. It's hard. It's
But you
hard.
know what? A lot of people they are
It's
scared of change.
hard.
A lot of
Oh
people
my
are scared of
god.
change. Once they get into a routine of something, they think that that's it. That's all. To me, I feel like if you're trying to elevate and you're trying to master self, you're going to go through a lot of changing. You're going to go through a lot of getting to know yourself and things that you used to do. You're not doing those things anymore. Um, the way you used to think, you're not thinking that way anymore. So growth, um, maturity, and growing, and in that manner, you some people just be stuck in themselves, and it's not it can be a bad thing depending on how you look at it. But for me, I feel like I'm always trying to elevate. I'm always trying to see the better side of me and what's going to make me win at the end of the day, and make me sleep comfortably at night, knowing that I did my best at whatever it is that I did in that moment. So yeah, so
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing, and I feel what you're saying with that because you have to blanket yourself and those feelings and those emotions that you bring in for yourself. But I know that it's maybe not, probably not always easy to
mm-mm,
do.
mm-mm.
not for you, and definitely not for other people that maybe don't, that people that maybe lack the social skills, self-regulations, motivation, and empathy and self-awareness, because maybe everybody does not exemplify any of those qualities.
They really don't.
No, they really don't. It's
But
something you can't always get them in the same
are you
bag.
scared? Let me ask you this: are you scared of change?
Most definitely. What one thing my
Why?
mother always told me that I can count on change. She said that was the contingent thing that you can always count on is change, and that's something that my mother did teach me. But do I like it? No, I do not. Am I scared of it? Yes, I am. Do I want it most of the time? No, I do not.
But
But
why? Why are
it
you scared?
is. Because you know what? I like things to be predictable. I like things to stay the same because then I know, guess what? I like to know what's going to happen next. You know, I'm not one of those people that, oh, I need to find out it's going to be something different every day. No, I like to know that when this happens, that's going to happen. When that happens, this is going to happen. I'm necessarily not the person that always wants something different to happen because in a different instance, I guess I'm scared about what's going to happen next because I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle them. Would I be handle them? Would I handle them in the right way, or would they handle me? So you know, that's the scariness about the differentness and change. I want to say.
You don't like the unknown.
I do not like not that I do not like the unknown. It's just that there's a lot of uncertainty that
Like
comes with the unknown.
it is, but you like to have some type of control
I want to
of the
have I
situation.
want to have
You
some
know
control
that is.
because
So let me ask you
I like
this.
different experiences. I like different experiences and being different. I like that, but like you said, do I want to have a level of some control? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But that's part of being. That's also part of being a tourist. For any of my tourist guys out there, it's part of being a tourist.
I'll say this. I will say this. Am I scared of change?
Are you?
I'll say this. I'll say this. I'm not scared of change because, well, in the midst of things changing that I know I have to change, I have like a certain fear of it in my body. Like, ooh, I don't know what's going to happen. But then I kind of regroup and I get back to like, okay, it's going to happen whether I like it or not because I'm going to do this for myself and my better understanding of things. But I don't. I think I pretty much learn more when I embark on change. I really learn more about myself, and when I do those, when I when I accept that fear and I go into it, it's really nothing to be scared of. Once it's done, like once you do whatever it is that you need to do to change, it's really nothing to really be scared of. Like, because once it happens and you go through all the emotions of that change, you just be like, oh, what was I scared of? You know. And I've learned that over like moving from city to city in a couple places I've lived and relationships and so I don't I don't I try not to put myself in any kind of box. I always want to be a chameleon. I always want
Yeah,
to
I like to be a comedian
I like
too.
to
There's some challenges with that.
challenges.
Yeah, there's challenges with that.
So,
With being
but
a
you know,
chameleon, some
it's yeah.
challenges
I
with
think it's the
that.
human nature that we all get a little scared when we try to do things differently. Like hell, starting this podcast over was kind of like a little thing. Like damn, like I gotta redo this all over again, and I had a team of
But
people. But guess what? We're here.
that's human perseverance, though.
We're
The ability
here.
to change and to adapt
Have a good one.
to your
We're
environment.
here, and I'm loving it. So, um, you know, I don't, I don't think. I mean, Yeah, I just me personally, I don't really, I like to be in control of things that I can be in control of, and the things that I can't, it is what it is. But a lot of the times, we really don't have control over fucking nothing.
You want to think that you have some control to
Yeah, we
it,
really
don't
don't.
we?
Like, the only thing we probably have control
Don't
over
we?
is actually brushing our teeth and washing our ass.
Don't we want to
And
have?
that's about it. But once
And we
go
don't
out
have
into
a
the
lot of
world, we
control
don't
over
know if
that
a motherfucker
either.
you go out to the world paying bills and this, that, and that. You don't know what the fuck gonna happen. You just know you going to a destination to handle something. You don't know what's gonna transpire when you get there, before you get there, or even just getting in the car to go to that situation. You don't know what's gonna happen. So we really don't have no control over anything. Like, we just really just be trying to control every damn thing. But at the end of the day, you really don't have no control. You're just doing. And, once you do it, you realize it's done, and you glad that it happened and you were safe doing it. But a lot of things we really don't have no control over. We think we do, but we don't. Um, so yeah. So it is what it is. All right, guys. Look, y'all know this is my part of the thing, and y'all know I have this thing on every episode. It's the team building episode. Team building. On every episode, I do this on every episode. At the end of the show, y'all know it's coming to an end. But team building basically is getting to know us on a more personable level. So I ask 5 questions, and normally, our other co-hosts be here, but they will be here at some point. But today it's just us, so we're going to answer these 5 questions the best of our ability we know. So y'all get to know us on a personal level. So yeah. So the first question is, drum roll. So yeah. What's your favorite guilty pleasure?
Ooh, that's a good one. Good.
And I want to say this to everybody out there, and the people that are out there watching this, I want y'all to go in the comments and actually put a comment for this. And I want to actually put it on the show, because I would really like to read y'all comments on the show, so we can have something extra to add to it, a little spicy, spicy. So the first question to Ian is, what's his favorite guilty pleasure?
My favorite guilty pleasure would have to be a very expensive dinner. I love expensive restaurants. I love fine dining, and it's something that I know that I should not indulge in as much as I do. But that really is. It's not. That's nothing to do with sexual. It has nothing to do with partying or hanging out. I really, really like to go to nice restaurants, and that is like one of my. I like to do that more than I like. And I like to do that more than I like to buy clothes or other stuff that you would think that guys would want to do. I really like to go to nice restaurants. Like, that is my thing. If I could do that every single day, then I would. I definitely would. That's
so
like one of my
guilty pleasure is fine dining.
Yes, that's weird.
Mine's a guilty pleasure a favorite guilty pleasure. I don't. Okay, so I really like damn, this is kind of hard for me. My favorite guilty pleasure that I really enjoy. I don't know. I really
Come on now.
a
You don't.
guilty pleasure of mine.
Our favorite guilty pleasure. Come on,
What would you think my favorite guilty pleasure is? Let me ask you that.
Okay.
What would you think one of mine is?
Me being someone that's been around you a lot.
Right.
Let's see. You like music and you like clothes and accessories. You like accessories.
Okay, so I will say this.
You like accessories because you will order something. This guy will order something just at the drop of a hat on like this.
I did just order my Pink Friday tour outfit. It's looking snazzy. Getting ready for that Nicki Minaj joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did just order that. You know, get my pink outfit together. Yeah. Whatever. We can get back to that. But a guilty pleasure that I really, really like.
This media, this podcast, this is guilty pleasure. Did you ever think about that? You have spent a lot of money on equipment and time and things just for this avenue that you like to and you like to indulge yourself in it.
But I want to say something that's more.
Yeah, you want to say something more like everybody else, but you're not like everybody else.
Could sex be your favorite guilty pleasure?
Oh, I didn't know you had that much of it for it to be a guilty pleasure. Wait a minute.
Okay, so look, one of my guilty pleasures is I love sex. And I know I'm not supposed, and I don't do it all the time. I don't, I'm very reserved. I'm very, I have to, basically, I'm damn near have to be with you in order to sleep with you. But I think if I could have my way, I would probably have sex probably 3-4 times a day.
And seeing everybody now, I'm not just drinking out of the brown paper bag. This is Hennessy. I'm gonna have to tell the viewers.
I guess sex will be my favorite guilty pleasure. Music is another one though. I love music. I love buying music. I do spend a lot of money on music, and I try to support genres of things and nature of all that stuff. So, but yeah, so that's one. So moving on.
Dang, you got me wanting to go out to eat now. I'm over here thinking about I want to go out to eat and how big a steak I want and all this other stuff in my head. Can you believe that? That is what I'm thinking.
So the next one is road trip or planned trip. Road trip or planned trip.
Planned trip.
You rather have a planned trip?
Yeah, I'd rather have a trip that's planned, whether it be road or plane or Amtrak or whatever.
So you like your stuff to be planned out. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Me personally.
That's why I want to go on the trip with you, because you're a good planner. You're an excellent planner when it comes to trips and stuff. I definitely
do my thing when it comes to trips. Yeah. We gonna have a ball, and the shit gonna be very well orchestrated and organized.
Right, so, like we're gonna have a rental car, we're gonna have a hotel. It's gonna be things. It's gonna be.
We get out the plane, go straight to the hotel, get unpacked, get checked in, all of that.
I don't mind, right?
Everybody get refreshed and get chill for a little minute. About an hour, we going out to our first little outing.
Cause I don't mind paying for stuff that's gonna be together. That's what I want to.
So I do like, but I really like road trips because I feel like sometimes when you plan things, it don't go the right way, and I feel like sometimes the spirit of the moment things be the best things. So most of the times, like. When you just be like, okay, y'all, we going out of town. Like, boom, get your shit, pack up, everybody, let's go. Like, I think you have the most fun when you don't know exactly what the fuck you're going to do when you're doing it. Especially when you're with a group of people that y'all know y'all going to have fun. So I really like road trips.
Okay.
Road trip is kind of a planned trip, but to me, I feel like it can be more of a spirit of the moment thing. So, yeah, so we're moving on. The next one is... You're going to sail around the world. Okay, y'all, this will be funny. You're going to sail around the world Damn, where did it go? Hold on. You're going to sail around the world. What's the name of your boat? If you're going to sail around the world, what's the name of your boat?
If I want this, if I sail around the world, what if I was able to name my boat? Well, hopefully it would be a yacht if I'm gonna be sailing around the world. Now, not just the boat, but anyway. So I would have to name my yacht the "I Do You Bad" because I'm gonna do you bad. In every place I go, I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to turn up. I'm trying to turn it down. I'm trying to do everything. Every place I go, like I'm trying to. Everywhere gonna be a party. Like so, yeah. It's gonna have to be "I'll do you bad." I'll
I do
do
you
you.
bad, boat.
Yeah, I'll do you bad. Yachts, no boats. Cause I don't see what type of boat is gonna take me all around the world. But anyway.
Okay. If I could sail around the world, what my name of my boat be? I think the name of my boat. This shit is crazy. I'm about to say this, but the name of my boat will probably be "Live, Bitch, Live."
Live, bitch, live. Okay.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
we on the "Live, Bitch, Live" boat. Like,
Yeah.
and I just feel like if you're sailing around the world, going from country to country, island to island, like you living, like you just out there on the open sea, and So I think it would be "Live, Bitch, Live." Like. Or the live boat. Live, bitch, live. That's what it would be. Live, bitch, live. I like the sound of that. So yeah, that was a little fun one or whatever. Okay. This is oh, let's see. Let's see. Nah, I don't want to ask that one. I really don't. Okay, this one. What is the funniest prank you ever pulled on a friend or a coworker? Prank.
A prank that I pulled on a friend or a coworker.
I
Hmm.
got one. This is so mean, but I did,
I never. I don't think.
y'all. Okay, I'll tell you my prank. My
Mm,
prank was one
go
time
ahead.
I called. I waited till I got to work so I could call on the phone, the work phone, so the number could pop up on their phone. And I played like I was my boss and told them that they didn't have to come to work that day. And so when it was time for them to get there, I waited till maybe like the last 30 minutes before they clocked in and told them like, look, you really have to be to work today.
I would have been mad as hell.
So they end up having to like, they didn't rush. But you know what I did though? I end up clocking them in and everything when it was time for them to clock in. So they were still getting ready and everything. So, you know. It was what it was, but it was my fault, buddy. I did prank a coworker one time and told her that they didn't have
Oh my goodness.
and
And you was still in company time. Also,
indeed,
so.
they be stealing shit all the time anyway. So,
Mm. Oh.
Mm.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, what is your go-to funny movie?
My go-to funny movie, any of the ice. You know what? Cause I like animated stuff. I always say I'm a big kid at heart. So any of the Ice Age movies are always like
Your favorite go-to movie?
my go-to. Any of the Ice Age movies, any of them, I think it's so for
I'm gonna
freaking funny. It's funny if you ever watch Cabin Boy. Cabin Boy is really funny too. That's one of my go to movies. Cabin Boy is really funny.
Okay, so look, guys, look. I know I didn't have the camera on me, but my prank was I pranked a coworker and told them that they didn't have to work that day. I went to work. called on the work phone, called them on their cell phone, and told them that they didn't have to come in. And I waited 30 minutes before it was time for them to clock in, and told them that it was all a prank, and then they had to come to work. But I ended up clocking them in, you know, so they still got all their paper. So, you know, but that was the prank that I did, and I didn't have a camera on me, so, you know, I need to chop and screw that. But my favorite go-to movie that I think is hilarious is Dumb and Dumber.
You like Dumb and Dumber? You like that?
Like the first one with Jim Carrey. I think it was, I forgot his name. Woody Nelson, I think it was. But yeah, Dumb and Dumber is like one of my favorite go-to funny movies. Do I have any? I know I have other ones.
Yeah, you like Norbit. Norbit is funny
really
as
care for
hell.
that.
You ain't like it's been on regular TV lately. Norbit is funny as hell.
Of course, Friday is one of my go-to.
Oh yeah, well Friday
is a go-to.
Well, Friday is more than just a funny movie to me. Like Friday is like a cultural mecca. Like for real. Like that's like Friday was a movement. Okay, like when the Fridays started coming out, that was like a movement for the black community. I feel like it was more than just a comedy movie that I would go to. Like that was more like a movement. People would pattern their life off of Friday. Like that's how deep Friday got.
Okay, so look, this is one we gonna have to do this one. So this one is: you're a famous superstar. Strike a pose for the paparazzi. What would your pose be? Go. Your camera is there. So.
What you mean? What my pose be? How we gonna do that?
So if you walk out and the paparazzi is snapping pictures and you're a famous person, what would your pose be to the paparazzi, all the cameras? How would you pose?
I do my old school pose like this, and then like. I put the little finger up like this and kind of like pucker up like I'm kissing the camera.
Oh,
like
so you a pucker up type of. Okay, he's a pucker.
Like, I'm a pucker. Like that type of thing with that one little finger and your chin be resting. And that chin be resting on that one little finger. Yeah.
Pucker up.
Yeah. Okay, well, what would yours be then?
Mine would be, if I could strike a pose with paparazzi if I was a famous person. You know what? On some real shit, like, them paparazzi be so disrespectful. Like, I probably moon they motherfucking ass.
Because you're not going to never get the perfect picture.
I'll probably show my ass and say kiss my ass. It'll be a moon.
Never
like,
gonna happen.
Black ass. Like, I've been to turn around and show my ass. Like, that'll be my paparazzi pose for their ass. Like, because they be so disrespectful to some of them celebrities when you look at it. They be like, damn, like, you ain't got no type of chill. You just bum rushing somebody after they just came out eating or they did some, you know, shopping or whatever. But I'll probably moon their ass. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But, guys, yeah, y'all, this is the end of this segment. And I appreciate everybody for coming out. And like I said, I am your host with the mostest, and my co-host Ian. And you're on episode 52 of the You Don't Pay Me podcast. And I just want to tell everybody to Godspeed and love and respect and all the above. And you guys, once again, we'll be back for another episode, and then we're gonna have some more people on here too.
Yeah, we might have some more people on here, but you know what? I kind of like I like the intimate setting that me and you bring also to the arena. I like the intimacy that me and my cousin brings in because great minds think alike.
That is true. There's no violence, no yelling, screaming. So yeah.
No.
Y'all guys, I want y'all to, like I said, you're on episode 52 of the You Don't Pay Me Enough to Care, and we are out this bitch. And I am your host, Sebastian Sincere, and y'all already know what time it is. And he's gonna do his big one. And we are gone.
Off air, thank you.
Sebastian, you don't pay me enough to care. And they don't pay me enough either. The fuck?